Hey everybody, guess who's back? This is Ashton from Show Me Vegas, and welcome to the Venetian.
So we're all checked in here at the Venetian. Believe it or not, this is our very first time staying here at the Venetian. We did stay next door at Palazzo this last summer and had a great stay, so we have high hopes for this. This is one of the premier resorts in all of Las Vegas, and since one of the biggest reasons people stay here at the Venetian is the room, we're going to lead this off with Ashton giving you the room tour.
So this is the luxury 2-queen suite here at the Venetian on the 22nd floor. This room clocks in at about 750 square feet. So this room is pretty large, and even though it's not being renovated, everything is still very nice. So when you first walk in, you're going to walk into the bedroom. Now this is a 2-queen, and even though it has 2 beds, it's still plenty spacious in here. The room also offers a closet and a very large dresser that you can put all of your things in comfortably. It also has a really large TV, especially for this area. Okay, so stepping down into your sunken living room, which I think is super cozy and unique here in Vegas, you have a extremely spacious living area that offers a sleeper sofa, a couple different lounge chairs, as well as a really big desk, and your very own table with 3 chairs to eat or dine at. For the living room as well as the bedroom area, so I've saved the best for last, at least in my opinion. Let's go check out the bathroom. Alright, so we are in the bathroom now. Pardon the echo, it's a little bit of a marble cave in here, but this bathroom is pretty large, and it actually reminds me of the bathrooms at the Wynn. So it comes with a shower and a separate tub, along with a double sink vanity. And my personal favorite for my ladies is its own makeup vanity here. It also comes with a really large water closet that is great for privacy. Okay, so one thing that we both noticed here at the Venetian is that in our room, it has a ton of mirrors here. So there's no excuse to not be looking good when you hit the strip.
All right, Ashton has shown you all the good about this room. Time for me to play devil's advocate. As nice as this room is, nothing is perfect. And even though she mentioned this room was not renovated, it is still very nice. It does have a few things that seem pretty dated. The furnishings. I know this room is European style, which automatically is going to make it look a little bit dated, but it shouldn't look like grandma's house. I mean, these drapes, the cord fabric, couch cushions with fringe. And for a high-end room, I would expect the technology to be a little bit better than this. This room was definitely designed in the 90s. Power outlets are a little bit scarce. Here by the bed, you just have 2 USBs on this old school alarm clock. If you need more power, you're going to have to move the nightstand away and plug in your own stuff. Also, there is no tablet in this room. You have an old school thermostat that doesn't work all that well. And if you want to shut off the lights in this room, you're going to have to get up and go individually to a lot of the different lamps and turn them off. A minor inconvenience, yes, but in a high-end Las Vegas hotel room in 2024, 2025, you probably shouldn't have to do all that. So that's a look around the room. All in all, a fantastic base room here in Las Vegas. We love this room. But for now, it's been a little while since we were in Vegas together.
Yeah, about 6 months.
Which means we haven't been able to lose money on a Vegas casino floor together in almost half a year. So we're going to go down to the casino and...
maybe win?
I'm not going to get too far ahead of us, but anyway, wish us luck. This is a fake smile. We've been gambling for 21 minutes, and Ashton has a question for all of you out there. Comment below. What's your question?
I just want to know, how do you guys win? How do you win on slots?
How does anybody win anything? We've been playing for exactly 21 minutes. About $2 a spin, roughly. We've had 2 bonus games that paid us a total of $46, and we're down $250. By the way, also, we haven't seen a single cocktail lately.
No cocktail.
I haven't even seen one. So, things are not going very well. Update. It took a lot of bitching, and it took a lot of feeding the machines, but we did eventually win. Real quickly, I want to tell you about this video's sponsor, and that's Plannin. You've heard us talk about Plannin on this channel many times, and for good reason. Plannin is an all-new travel booking website that will help you save up to 40% on hotels in Vegas and elsewhere across the globe. In addition to that, Plannin is now offering tours, experiences, excursions, and more. They've partnered with Get Your Guide to help you save money not just on hotels, but on experiences as well. A lot of those experiences are right here in Las Vegas. There are tons of them up and down the strip. We actually booked one this afternoon. We're going on the high roller for about 50% off. All you have to do to use Plannin is sign up for a totally free account. Use the link in our description box down below or scan the QR code that's on the screen right now to sign up for a free account. In doing so, you'll access great deals across the globe and in Las Vegas, and you'll be helping this channel bring more travel content to you. Once again, don't forget to use the link in the description box down below or scan the QR code to sign up for a free account and start saving up to 40% on hotels and tons of money on experiences in Las Vegas today. We ate at 2 of Venetian's restaurants during our stay. One, an old favorite, Brera Osteria in the Grand Canal Shops. You can find it in St. Mark's Square, and we love it, especially for Aperitivo Hour. Aperitivo Hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m., 50% off pizzas, cocktails, and wines by the glass. It's fantastic. Highly recommend. Our other dining experience was at Buddy V's. We went for the Sunday brunch. Sunday brunch at Buddy V's is an all-you-can-eat buffet, and it was fantastic. If you want to see more about that, check out Josh and Rachel's video. They did a full review. Highly recommend this one as well. But what else does the Venetian have to offer? Well, let's go see what else there is to eat, see, and do at the Venetian. It's time for the resort tour. We start the tour outside. This has got to be one of the most recognizable places on the Las Vegas Strip, outside the Venetian. The Venetian opened in 1999. It was the brainchild of Sheldon Adelson, a Las Vegas casino legend. He's passed away since then, and this is now an Apollo Global Management property, but this has got to be one of the best themed resorts left in Las Vegas. If you're like me, you might not have realized the Venetian has its own Walgreens. I thought there was only one at Palazzo, but it turns out right outside the sportsbook entrance, there's a Walgreens, a great amenity to have at any Vegas hotel. All right, we paused this tour for just a second. As of the very moment of this filming, apparently Ashton just hit for about $1,000 in the casino inside, and we got to take a quick break and go find her. All right, this place is kind of confusing. We found her. There she is.
You like that?
Right inside from the plaza is the main lobby, and I know I said this a lot of times, but this has to be one of the most beautiful and recognizable lobbies in all of Las Vegas. Check this out. The Venetian, if you weren't aware, is themed after Venice, Italy, specifically the 14 and 1500s in Venice. There is fantastic Italian architecture and theming everywhere. It's really one of the last great themed hotels left in Las Vegas. If you're watching this video in early 2025, right off the main lobby, you're going to find this blank construction wall. Behind this wall used to be the food court. Sometime in 2025, it's going to reopen as Via Food Hall. Hey, it's a trend that's happening all over Las Vegas, and the Venetian is no exception. Food hall coming in 2025. So the Venetian actually does have two hotel towers. What they call the North Tower Suites is actually the main tower. Those elevators are going to be found just off the casino floor. The South Tower is a little more tucked away. You're going to find those elevators a little further from the casino floor, right over here by main registration. Juliet Cocktail Room. This is an absolutely gorgeous cocktail lounge here on the Venetian casino floor. Right behind me is Restaurant Row. This connects the Venetian casino floor to the waterfall atrium over at the Palazzo, and this is where you're going to find the vast majority of the restaurants here at Venetian. Let's go hit the highlights. Here on Restaurant Row, we've got Yardbird Table and Bar, Sugar Cane. This is recently remodeled. We ate here a couple of years ago, and we're a little bit underwhelmed. It's a seafood restaurant. I don't know that I'd recommend it. Jelena is pretty much brand new here at Venetian. This is a Southern California restaurant, opening its first Las Vegas outpost. About midway down Restaurant Row, you're going to find this walkway that takes you back to the Venetian Convention Center. You can also get to the Sphere down that way. There's a Starbucks here on Restaurant Row, and these escalators to the left of Starbucks take you upstairs to the Grand Canal Shops. For reference, this is going to take you right up to St. Mark's Square, if you know where that is. Voltaire is the nightclub here at the Venetian. Right outside that is Bar Mia. Estiatorio Milos is a Mediterranean restaurant here on Restaurant Row that comes highly recommended by those who have had it, but we have not yet. Across from that is Matteo's, a relatively high-end Italian restaurant. Just before you reach the Palazzo, there's Delmonico. This is a very high-end steakhouse. And just past Delmonico, you see we're into the waterfall atrium here at the Palazzo side. If you want to see more about the Palazzo, check out our video from this summer when we stayed at the Palazzo. We made both an experience video as well as a full walking tour of that hotel as well. All right, let's get back into the Venetian. Let's talk about the casino. 120,000 square feet of gaming here, which is big even by Las Vegas standards. The casino floor here is super busy, and because this is not an MGM or a Caesars property, we have noticed they have a slightly different selection of games here, which is kind of nice. It's nice to play something new for a change. Over in the northernmost part of the casino floor, you're going to find the Racing Sportsbook. This is a very nice sportsbook, great LED screens, a great center bar, and lots of seats to sit, have a drink, and bet on some sports. They, of course, have a betting desk, but they also are not short on kiosks to place your sports wagers. Right next to the sportsbook, you're going to find Black Tap, well known for their burgers and maybe most importantly, their boozy shakes. Finally, just outside of the sportsbook, you're going to find Noodle Asia. It seems like every casino on the Strip needs a noodle shop, and this is the one at the Venetian. I will say, I did have noodles in there almost midnight the other night, and it was really good. And for $22 plus tax and tip, not that bad of a deal also. All right, let's talk table games. You're not going to be surprised to find that they have a great selection of table games here at the Venetian. Tons of tables, and they are very popular. It's definitely not because of the odds. I'm only finding 6-5 blackjack out here right now. Roulette is double and triple zero. I'm not finding anything less than about a $25 minimum, even on a Sunday afternoon. They were definitely $25 on Friday and Saturday nights. It's not great, but hey, that's what you expect from a higher-end hotel on the Las Vegas Strip, especially on the weekend. All right, if you've been paying attention, you know we've already been here, but like I said, we're going to go upstairs this time. Of course, no video about the Venetian would be complete without at least mentioning the Grand Canal Shops. The Grand Canal Shops are right above the casino floor, and they have it all. There's shopping, there's dining, there's bars, there's attractions. If you want to see a little bit more of the Grand Canal Shops, be sure and check out my previous walkthrough of the Palazzo, or subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications so you see the walkthrough of the Venetian when that video comes out in the future. So that wraps up our 3-night stay at the Venetian. We didn't get to do this wrap up at the hotel because, as it almost always seems, we left Vegas or the hotel at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, super early.
So we're going to give you here at home our overall thoughts about our stay at the Venetian. We're not going to do pros and cons because in the Palazzo video we did pros and cons, and the pros and cons of staying at Venetian are pretty much the same thing, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'd say pretty similar.
So in this video, we're going to talk about our favorite things about staying at the Venetian and our not so favorite things. Started off with Ashton, what was your favorite thing about staying at the Venetian?
So I would say the best thing about staying at the Venetian is the variety. So the variety when it comes to bars and lounges, restaurants, just tons of options surrounding you. You don't even have to go very far from your room to get to that. So, I think just probably overall, everything it has to offer.
Yeah, it's a very complete property. I talk about that a lot whenever we stay at one of those. Yeah. This is probably the most complete property in all of Las Vegas. I mean, you could stay for a 3-day weekend and not leave the resort for 3 days and not be bored and not be lacking for options.
So what was your favorite thing?
You're going to take that one, then I've got to say the room.
Yeah.
The room, it's an all-suite property. The room we got is probably about the worst one you can get. It was unrenovated, so it's one of the original rooms. They are renovating those rooms, so that very room here in the next year or so will be renovated. Yeah. But even without being renovated, it was in terrific shape.
It was in great shape. Like all the furniture was, even though maybe a little outdated, was pristine. Yeah. Like everything was, basically seems almost new.
So if you're looking for one of the best standard base rooms in Las Vegas, I think the Venetian is not going to disappoint you.
No.
All right, what was your least favorite part about staying there?
Okay, so I don't know if it's really like a big problem. Obviously, it's not for the property, but it was busy. It did not matter what time it was, that casino was packed to the point where sometimes, especially in the evening, we even had a hard time finding like an open slot machine. I mean, especially next to each other. So it was, even though great problem for the Venetian to have, a little bit of an issue for us.
And I know that sounds kind of silly because Vegas is made for crowds. I mean, every place is busy in Vegas, but you can't deny that some places are much busier than others. This was one of the busiest properties we've ever been in. And mind you, this was the weekend in between Christmas and New Year's, which is
supposedly the dead week.
Yeah,
right?
a lot of people consider that to be a downtime in Vegas. This place was nuts.
So that was my least favorite thing about staying at the Venetian. So what would yours be?
All right, so this one was a little self-inflicted, but I feel like they kind of pulled the old bait and switch on me at check-in. Now, before you come at me in the comments, no. This is not my first rodeo. As you know, there's a lot of videos on this channel. I've stayed at more than 42 hotels in Las Vegas, checked in a lot of times. We had booked a standard 2-queen suite at the Venetian. Upon check-in, I went to the desk by myself, and they offered me a paid upgrade. Now, should I probably have tried the $20 trick? Yes, because I probably would have got the same upgrade for like 20 bucks. But instead, he offered me a paid upgrade, $50 a night, for a high-floor strip view. I thought to myself, if I turn this down, how bad is our view going to be? I figured if I turned that down, we were going to get level 3 with an air conditioner the size of a house in front of our window. And we would have to.
Yeah.
So I almost felt like I had no choice. But we just arrived in Vegas. I'm kind of high on life. I'm excited to check in. I went for it. We got up to the room, and it's on the 21st, 20th?
21st or 2nd, something like that.
It's only about half to slightly more than halfway up, and it's looking at the Fashion Show Mall, which technically is on Las Vegas Boulevard. Yes, it's a strip view, but in my opinion, a strip view is looking south, down the boulevard, past everything.
Yeah.
Also, it wasn't that high. I'm thinking it's going to be top 5 floors or so. No, we're just about 2/3 of the way up the building. Looking at Resorts World and the Fashion Show Mall, I was pretty disappointed to say the least, but I will admit I fell for it, and I probably shouldn't have. But that doesn't change the fact that I kind of felt ripped off by it, especially considering how expensive the hotel already is.
Sure.
We didn't go over cost details. I'm going to put that on the screen, but I want to say our average room rate was about $180 a night. It was through Venetian Rewards, and we stayed at Palazzo back in the summer. We started getting some rewards from them, and that was a pretty good room rate because if you follow this hotel online, it's very expensive.
It's expensive. Yeah.
Rooms at the Venetian can commonly in the summertime on the weekend go for $500 or $600.
Just as much as the Wynn, if not more, honestly. Yeah.
And if you watch our Palazzo video, you'll see that's kind of one of our cons of the property is that it's Wynn prices, but it's not quite Wynn quality. Mm-hmm. But, the atmosphere is quite a bit different. It's not nearly as pretentious as the Wynn. So, take that with a grain of salt. Either way, we had a great stay, and I don't think we'd hesitate to go back if we got a good rate. Like I said, if you want to see pros and cons, check out the Palazzo video. I've already linked it in the description box down below because I mentioned it earlier in the video. On that one, we had a great stay, and I think that's a pretty good video. Don't forget to go check that one out. Also, if they liked this video, what should they do?
Like and subscribe.
Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you get notified anytime we drop new content. That's it for this one, guys. We will see you in that next video because there's always more for us to show you
On Show Me Vegas. Bye, guys.